Back in 2020, I was a slob. This was right around when the lockdown happened. I was eating a ton. I couldn't really go outside or do too much. I wasn't exercising. I was drinking a ton of alcohol, and I was slowly just getting fatter and fatter. And at the time, I'd been dating this girl that I met off of Tinder because we couldn't go out anymore or meet anybody. So everybody just flocked to the dating apps, and it was not a good relationship. We were having a ton of premarital sex. We were fighting and arguing, and there was a ton of manipulation as well. I remember towards the end of the relationship, I ended up wanting to give my life to Christ because I could see my brother had this radical transformation and cut off all the drinking and all the sex and cut out everything with his girlfriend. So I was like, man, his life looks awesome. I want to do that. So I decided I wanted to try to live better, to stop having sex with my girlfriend. I ended up telling her about this 7-year-long pornography addiction that I had. And I promised her that things were gonna get better and I was gonna stop fighting with her and we were gonna turn everything around. And long story short, that girl ended up leaving me. And I'll never forget, moments after that, I ended up getting a text from a buddy. He said, hey man, when did you and your girlfriend break up? And I remember thinking, dude, we just broke up like 4 hours ago. How does this guy already know that I'm single? And he told me that, yeah, bro, I'm at this bar right now and your girl walked in with another dude. Like, when did y'all break up? And instantaneously, I'm just filled with anxiety, frustration, regret. I go and I look in the mirror and I'm fat, like I got breasts, I got a double chin. I've completely let myself go. And I remember just looking in that mirror and being like, dude, you're disgusting. How have you let it get to this point where you're addicted to porn, you have no girlfriend, you have nothing going for you? And I remember thinking to myself, you're a failure. But what I had to realize was the reason that I was in that position was because of my own actions and my own mistakes. I had done this to myself. I had put myself in a position where I'd gained an extra 20 pounds. I was not disciplined. I was addicted to pornography and video games. I had done those things to put myself in that spot, nobody else. So I had to take responsibility to make a change and to do things differently so that I could have a better future for myself. And I had to realize that nobody else was gonna do those things for me. Now, before we get into the meat of today's video, I want to introduce myself. My name is Braden. I help Christian men to get on a faith-based self-improvement. So if you're watching this video right now, living a life of purposelessness, you don't have a relationship with God, you don't know what the hell you're doing, do me a favor, scroll down on this video and click on that subscribe button right now, and I promise you it's going to be a win-win for the both of us. There are 3 main reasons why our generation of men is the weakest that it has ever been in human history. And the first reason for that is because of feminism. So in the 1970s, feminists came up with this genius idea of something called the Girlhood Project. And the intent of this project was to blur or completely erase the lines between masculine and feminine. So they basically wanted men to become more like women and women to become more like men. So a traditional feminine woman or girl became an embarrassment, and a feisty tomboy man girl became a source of pride. So in the typical classroom, a boy who was naturally energetic and outgoing and loud and rambunctious was penalized and demonized, and girls in a class were praised for being rugged and masculine and strong women. And you can see this in our culture all around. The typical girl who, has like that athletic built physique, who walks around in the gym with the wrist straps on, with tattoos and all this stuff, is praised. They want women to become sexually liberated and go have as much sex as possible and go and get the career in the 9-to-5 and climb the corporate rankings. And it's all total garbage, and it blurs the lines between men and women. And you can definitely see this in our culture today, where a woman who acts like a boy, talks like a boy, and even looks like a boy is celebrated, while a man who is assertive and rugged and disciplined is demonized. Think about someone like Andrew Tate or Hamza or any of these guys who stand for masculinity. They're called a misogynist and a sexist pig and are hated by all of the leftist side of the world, but most of the world in general hates a guy that actually acts like a man. Our world has taken what God has created for good, as in masculine men and feminine women, and they've gone and twisted both sides to where nobody even knows what the hell they're doing anymore. Like the fact that I have to sit right here and make this video to teach you how to become a strong and disciplined man tells you everything that you need to know about our society. Our world wants you to be weak and effeminate because you're much easier to control and manipulate if you don't even know how to be a man. The second reason why our generation is so weak is because of entertainment. Our generation of scrolling, playing video games, chasing women, and watching pornography has instilled passiveness into our generation. Like, think about the typical man. He has absolutely no drive, no purpose, no reason to get out of the bed. Our society has just figuratively and physically clipped his balls off, so he has no drive or no reason to do anything. And our generation has substituted doing for viewing. There's no reason for us to do anything that involves delayed gratification or waiting for some long-term payoff, because we can instantly get anything that we desire at our fingertips. Oh, you're hungry, buddy? Go on DoorDash, order the food straight to your front door. You're bored? Don't read a book, open up TikTok. The algorithm's gonna show you everything that you wanna see, man. Oh, you're horny? Don't put in any work on yourself and develop yourself so that you can meet a woman and eventually get married to her. Just open up your phone and go watch pornography and beat off. That'll make you fulfilled and happy. I've been reading this book and it's called Disciplines of a Godly Man. I would definitely suggest it. I've only read a couple of chapters so far, but it's fire. And one of the quotes that stood out to me from this book is it says, "Sexual voyeurism steals a man's virility and his initiative." You probably have no idea what that means, but it basically means that things like pornography, masturbation, premarital sex, all that crap destroys a man. And it destroys him because it takes all of his masculine drive and ambition and his purpose and throws it out the window, because instead of you needing to go out and develop yourself or to get things done, you have everything you could possibly need at the touch of your fingertips. The book also says that a man who is enslaved to entertainment will never achieve manliness. And the third and final reason why our generation of men is weak is because we lack discipline. As a masculine man of God, you must become disciplined. Now, if you search up the word discipline on ChatGPT or Google, it's going to give you a different definition than I'm going to give you. But in my opinion, true discipline is doing the hard work, especially whenever you don't feel like it. Anybody can do hard work whenever they feel motivated. Anybody can go to the gym whenever they feel like going to the gym and they feel like going and working out. Discipline is whenever you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like getting in the Bible, or you don't feel like going to the gym, and you say, hey, even though I don't want to do this, I'm going to do it anyway because I told myself and I told God that I was going to do it. There's going to be so many different things in your life, especially as you mature and as you get older, where you're not going to want to have to do them. But if you're a masculine man, especially like if you're a father, you're going to have to suck it up and you're going to have to do it anyway. Like, think about that crying kid at 2 or 3 in the morning. We're going to have to wake up, get out of bed, and go and take care of them. Or think about if you have a daughter and she wants to be a ballerina. Like, think about having to go to the dance recital and spend your time after work at a dance recital. You're not going to want to have to do that. But if you want to be a good father, you're going to show up at that dance recital with a smile on your face. There's going to be times in your relationship with your future wife where she's going to say, hey, honey, I know you worked the whole week, but can we just spend this Saturday at IKEA looking at furniture? And you know what you're going to have to say? Yes, dear. I love you. Let's do it. Even though you're not going to want to have to go, if you love her, you're going to have to get in your truck and drive out to IKEA on a Saturday and spend the whole day looking at cheap furniture. A masculine man of God is selfless. So the reason that I'm telling you all this stuff in this video is you need to start to become disciplined and have daily disciplines now so that you're ready for those moments in your future. I want you to imagine this for a second. Imagine that you decided, hey, I don't want to listen to this guy. I'm just going to continue to do all the same instant gratification activities that I've been doing. I'm going to keep playing the video games. I'm going to keep watching the porn, spending my days watching Netflix. And you think to yourself, screw this guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Now, I want you to imagine that you continue down the same path that you're on and another 10 years went by. Like, really imagine what your life would look like. Would you be overweight, fat, unmotivated, slobby, I want you to take a second and picture what you would look like in the mirror. And let's imagine that somehow you got lucky and you married a woman and you started a family of your own. Like, really think about your life 10 years from now if nothing changed. Would you be setting your children up for success? Like, honestly, ask yourself, what knowledge and wisdom would you be able to give to your future children? Like, honestly, what are you going to teach them? You can't even stop beating your meat and you can't even read your Bible every single day. Like, honestly, what knowledge and wisdom are you going to give them? And finally, I want you to imagine your future children looking up to another man because you were too lazy and too undisciplined to get your own life together. Are you okay with letting another man who's successful, who is a man of God, disciple and teach your children the things that you should be teaching them because you decided that you knew better? Like, honestly, are you gonna let that happen? Are you ready to start taking your life more seriously? I promise you, you can get it together. You can cut out the instant gratification activities. You can start setting goals and actually creating a plan to achieve those goals. And you can start making God the number one priority in your life. And if you do this, I promise you, everything else is going to fall into place. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33 tells us to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto us. So you need to realize that nobody's going to change your life for you, but if you're ready to go all in on your self-improvement journey and you're ready to become the man that God has created you to be, I want you to click the top link in the description and join our free Christian Discord. There's tons of guys in there who are all on self-improvement, all striving towards becoming more disciplined and growing in their faith. So if you're looking for friends, if you're looking for like-minded individuals to surround yourself with, definitely join our free Christian Discord, and I'll be happy to welcome you in once you join. Please take action on this video. Stop just allowing your life to pass you by. You can do this. I hope that this video motivated you. I hope that you change your life. I hope that God blesses you. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.